here is the news at 10. First, the highlights. The Lagos State Government inaugurates project in Agbo-Iketu. Federal Road Safety Corps deploys over 900 personnel in Kwara State ahead Yuletide. On the 1400s, protest in Tel Aviv after Israel military mistakenly killed 3 people. And in sports, Nigeria's Victor Boniface, Igor Ogbu make Europa League group stage best 11. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has officially inaugurated the Greenwich Garden, a 101-unit housing project delivered by Dele Oshinowo-led administration in Agbo-Iketu in conjunction with the private sector. Speaking at the event, Governor Sanwo-Olu commended the council leadership for providing the housing units for residents. The governor, who urged other council chairmen to emulate Agbo-Iketu through peer review to ensure more development at the grassroots, pledged his administration's commitment to creating enabling environment for private sector as well as partnering developers to provide more decent and affordable houses for Lagosians. Earlier, the chairman of Agbo-Iketu, Dele Oshinowo, expressed optimism that the housing units would beautify the landscape and increase economic activities in the council area. The inauguration of the housing scheme coincides with the 20th anniversary of the creation of the 37 local council development areas in Lagos by President Bola Tinubu. Lagos State Government has unveiled plans to celebrate the Yuletide across 5 divisions of the state with Lagos Countdown 2024 # Greater Lagos Fiesta. The Greater Lagos Fiesta will be held simultaneously in Ikorodu, Badagry, Ikeja, Lagos Island, and Ekpe, while the symbolic fireworks into the new year 2024 will be held at Soul Beach, Oniru. Commissioner for Tourism, Art and Culture, Toke Benson Awika, who stated this at a press conference in Alausa, said over 20,000 participants are expected physically and virtually. Benson Awika noted that the annual event had discovered and nurtured new homemade talents while grooming them with bigger platforms to be self-reliant. She assured residents of adequate security for the 22 hours non-stop event from December 29 to 31, with a call on local traders to tap into the opportunity to boost their businesses. The Greater Lagos Fiesta is expected to feature music, comedy, and display of fireworks, among others. Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has urged lawmakers of the state to avoid letting their constituents down. Obasa gave the advice in Abuja at a 3-day budget retreat titled Sustainability of Ongoing Reforms in Lagos State, Prospects, Opportunities and Challenges, organized for lawmakers. The speaker reminded the lawmakers that they represent millions of residents who expect to see a Lagos state that meets their yearnings. And according to the speaker, the knowledge to be gained by the lawmakers at the retreat would help them understand the details of the 2024 budget recently presented by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and further assist them when they perform their constitution-backed oversight functions. In his remarks, the clerk of the House, Olaliko Onofeko, expressed hope that the retreat would be beneficial to the House of Assembly. He noted that the Speaker, during the budget presentation, had given an insight into the roles the House is expected to play in its passage. Governor Sanwo-Olu on Wednesday presented a 2024 budget of 2.2 trillion naira, comprising total revenue of 1.8 trillion naira and deficit financing of 398.283 billion naira to the House of Assembly. Lagos State Head of Service, Olabode Akuru, has urged the real estate practitioners to strictly adhere to due processes at every stage of construction work. Akuru, who served as the permanent secretary of the State Land Bureau before his present appointment, identified the inability to follow due process in seeking approval from the appropriate authorities as a major source of the problem for real estate practitioners and others within the construction value chain. He emphasized the need for those in the real estate sector and other residents to always verify the status of every land in a metropolis before investing in it. Aguru solicited the cooperation of all residents in ensuring that developers that sell land on prohibited areas like drainage channels or wetland to innocent investors should be arrested and prosecuted in accordance with the law of the state. And now to the rest of the stories. The Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC has deployed 950 personnel for Christmas and New Year special patrol operations in Kwara State. This is contained in a statement issued by the FRSC Public Education Officer in Kwara State, Masambo Busari. According to him, 350 special marshals, 120 fast respondents, 40 patrol vehicles, 2 power bikes, 4 ambulances, 4 private tow trucks, and a 70-ton tow truck are deployed for the operations during the period. Busari said the sector commander, Stephen Dowlong, also deployed personnel for traffic control at strategic locations within Ilori Township and major cities in the state, urging motorists to obey traffic rules and regulations by avoiding speeding, overloading, obstruction, use of phone while driving, and passenger manifest violation while driving. The Defense Headquarters has described the ongoing operations against terrorists and insecurity across the country as a war that the military has no choice but to win. Director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Buba, says the military is conducting the war against terrorists in accordance with the laws of armed conflict and based on intelligence. According to him, ongoing operations are based on both military necessity and on distinguishing between civilians, non-combatants, and terrorists. Buba said recently the military conducted 2 major airstrikes on the terrorist enclave as troops also arrested 66 oil thieves and rescued 89 kidnapped victims. And in some foreign news, the Israeli military says it has mistakenly killed 3 hostages during its campaign in Gaza after they were misidentified as a threat. The military shared its remorse after the killing of Yotam Haim, 28, Sama Talaka, 22, and Alon Shamriz, 26, saying that the trio was shot by troops operating in Shejaya in Gaza North. Israel Defense Forces, IDF, said Friday's incident was under investigation and that it expresses deep remorse over the tragic incident and sends the families its heartfelt condolences. Hundreds of people gathered in central Tel Aviv following the announcement and marched to an IDF military base in the city, calling on the government to secure a deal for the release of the remaining hostages. White House spokesperson John Kirby said the killing were a tragic mistake and that the U.S. did not have perfect visibility on exactly how this operation unfolded. And over to sports news, Victor Boniface and Igor Ogbu have been named in the UEFA Europa League Group Stage Best 11. The team of the group stage is compiled by authoritative statistics website. Boniface and Ogbu played pivotal roles in their club's progress into knockout round. Forward Boniface netted 4 times in 5 outings for Bayer Leverkusen, who are still unbeaten in the competition this season. The 22-year-old was joint top scorer in Europe's second-tier club competition last season with 6 goals. Also, former Flying Eagles defender Igor Ogbu has shown in the competition for Czech side Slavia Prague this season. The tall centre-back has registered 2 goals in 6 appearances. And that was our news at 10, but just before we go, stay alive, make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, and on YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration deployed traffic lights and CCTV cameras in strategic places in the state? Well, you can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has officially inaugurated the Greenwich Garden, a 101-unit housing project delivered by the Dele Oshunawo-led administration in Agbo-Iketu in conjunction with the private sector. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has deployed 950 personnel for Christmas and New Year special patrol operations in Kwara State. We also told you that the Israeli military said it has mistakenly killed 3 hostages during its campaign in Gaza after they were misidentified as a threat. And in sport, Victor Boniface and Igor Ogbu have been named in the UEFA Europa League Group Stage Best 11. And for contacts with the newsroom, send a message to the Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Coyote Mafalashiri. Thank you for listening. My name is Mike James. Good morning.
Don't you think it is better to get the updates fast and undiluted from a trusted and reliable source than to hear it from just any other station? Get the authentic traffic report from Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1